everyone. On this lecture, I will discuss with you about the space technology based all the UPSC mains question paper. Those UPSC asked in 2014 to 2020-22. And here in this entire discussion, you will understand what about the topic I have covered on this entire applications, Purvanchal IAS application, all the entire courses. People will understand like how smartly I covered each and every segments. And on the basis of this, all the discussions, you people are not able to solve only prelims question paper. Even you are also able to solve your mains question paper. So here in this series, you are listening my classes. This is lesson number 44 of Science and Technology. My name is Dr. Ravi Agrahari and you all people are listening me on Purvanchal IAS platform. This is my Telegram channel. Those I'll suggest to everyone kindly connect with me on this Telegram. Here you can find out all the entire PDF. This is my social media platform where you can connect with me. This is a YouTube channel where I'll suggest to all of you kindly connect me here guys regarding all the updates, current updates and all. And time to time I have developed many of the videos that are necessary for your preparations here. So finally we are connecting here into the space technology base all the UPSC mains question paper. Those came in UPSC examination 2014 to 2022. The first question those UPSC asked here guys, total 5 questions those you will get from 2014 to 2022 in your mains examinations. Okay, so what about the nature of question now? You just see the first question. What do you understand by standard positioning system? In short, I can tell you as a SPS, and precision positioning system I can tell you as a PPS in the GPS era, and discuss the advantages those India perceive from its ambitious IRNSS program by employing just the 7 satellites. There are 2 parts in this question. The one is what is the SPS and PPS, and second, what about the advantages with the help of IRNSS program, where India has done the constellation of total 7 number of satellites. This question is UPSC 2015, 200 words, and the marks is 12.5 marks. As I've spoken you always guys, whenever you are writing any answers, so 4 paragraphs with this 4 heading you must have to prefer. The one as the introduction part. Again, I'm repeating my words. The one as the introduction part. The second, you must have to write about the main body. Main body means the main structure where UPSC asks the questions on this regarding. Third one is a conclusions. So third one is a conclusions. And the fourth one is a way forward. The fourth one is way forward. So these are the 4 points. Those you must have to prefer in your answer writing. Main body is the actual information where the UPSC made the questions. I'm very sure you people are listening all the entire lessons where earlier I have discussed the unit 1 based mains question paper, Science and Technology in India, and unit 2 base all the mains question paper, that is energy. And this is the unit 3 base all the mains question paper, those UPSC ask in your examinations. So I already told you in this structure how people write the answers. So I have request to all of you, can you listen all the videos thoroughly. So when you people follow in the cascading manner, you will understand what kind of knowledge you are getting here. So don't go on random in any of the videos. So that is the reason I always told you guys, if you will not structured, not proper order, so definitely you will have a problem in the understanding. So let us start. First of all, GPS era. You know the GPS era is responsible for the what? Navigation purposes. GPS, why it is important? It is important for navigation purposes. But you know, navigation is actually 2 types. The one is civilian navigations for civilian purposes. And second type of navigation that is required for the military purposes. Military purposes means for safety and security of any nations, for the bordering area safeties, keep an eye on intruders. A lot of things are here guys, a lot of things are here. Okay, so let us start. But I just want to tell you guys, those IRNSS we are going to discuss where the UPSC asks the questions. Already have discussed all the entire discussion in your static portions. Okay, it is one of the regional GPS of India. This is one of the regional GPS of India. And this regional GPS was the demand of India at the time of Kargil War. During Kargil War, India has requested to America, kindly give me a facility of North Star. North Star in that time was one of the global GPS. That was a US GPS. Okay, those cover the whole entire world. And Pakistan areas, even I'm telling you the Kargil Wala areas, okay, where there was difficulty to access the information was the Pakistani bunkers. That was India requested to America, kindly give me help of North Star, but US has not helped you properly guys. And that day you realize you should have your own GPS system. Those can not only see the India, even across the India's border, up to 1500 kilometers you have planned to set up, and here IRNSS is one of them. So that is just a background of Kargil, where the IRNSS we did not have that time. And that is the reason even we could not save more and more life of our soldiers. Somehow technology lacking is still even responsible for many kind of casualty in India. So this is the overall as the concept I told you. Now, first of all, you must have to introduce what is the India Regional Navigation Satellite System. Okay, fine, it is an independent regional navigation system as I told you earlier. And regarding this, behind this have a ISRO guys. And the objective is what? The purpose of the objective is to provide a reliable positions, even navigations with timing services accuracies to the neighborhoods. So not only India is going to cover across of India, across India's border. Whenever you are going to cover the 1500-kilometer distance, so many of the SAR country can come under this range, guys. What kind of benefits? What about the function of SPS and PPS? Actually, the standard positioning system and precision positioning system, I just want to tell you. Under the IRNSS, there was total planning, a total 7 constellation of satellite we will do. Okay, total 7 constellation of satellite we will do. 7 constellation means all the 7 satellite in different angle will focus towards India. Okay, and with the help of these 7 constellation of satellite, we will take and cover the whole entire India very well. Actually, in the beginning, those satellite was decided. Okay, the name of satellite was like IRNSS, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F, 1G. Okay, these are the total 7 constellation of satellites. IRNSS 1A was installed in 2013 and the last satellite 1G was installed in 2016. So these are total 7 constellation of satellite 2013 to 2016. Okay, in these 7 constellation of satellites. Okay, in these 7 constellation of satellites. Actually, in these cases, whenever the 7 constellation of satellite happen, now India has started a full constellation of IRNSS. But I just want to tell you in the beginning, the purpose of IRNSS was especially for military purposes, for the safety and security of India. But later on, India has introduced also the civilian purposes. Actually, those SPS system as UPSC asked in your paper, this is called a standard positioning system. Standard positioning system is that type of system. It is actually developed for the civilian purposes, means inside your vehicles, for the navigation purposes. You people can use it. And that is the reason for civilian purposes, not even the more and more accuracy is required. So resolution is 10 to 20 meter is more than enough. But in the case of precision positioning system, it is authorized users, guys. Authorized users, why so? Because it is important for the military purposes, guys. So more safety and security is required here. And that is the reason for more safety and security. One of the term you can get here that is called encrypted. But the standard positioning system is not much encrypted. Reason it is just a civilian purposes. And the accuracy level or resolution is much more better. Even up to 3 meter resolution you can see in the case of precision positioning system. Reason through the help of precision positioning system, you just want to see the bordering areas, guys. What kind of activities are going on toward the bordering areas, like terrorist movement, okay, terrorist activities, illegally a person trying to enter into the India. Okay, where's the other countries bunkers, like in the case of Kargil War. So that type of studies become very possible for the PPS. But the standard positioning system like normal navigation, traffic data, forest cover area, mapping of water and resources. So in that way, there is a difference between the SPS and PPS as it was the UPSC mains question paper. The second part about the programs, and exactly the UPSC is about the advantages. As I spoken you guys, this is the constellation of 7 satellites. Our Honorable Prime Minister has given one more name for IRNSS, that is called NAVIC. NAVIC represent abbreviate as a navigation Indian constellations. Okay, here in this case 3 satellites in the geostationary orbit and 4 satellites are in the geosynchronous orbit. The concept of geostationary and geosynchronous I totally describe you here, but here I do not have interest to discuss further again. Reason in the prelims wala part of discussion I already have explained. Here you just remember as a mains paper. And yes, up to 1500 kilometer as I spoken you, it can watch very well. Okay, just like suppose this is India, guys. Suppose this is India. Okay, suppose this is India. Okay, this is the entire India is going to cover. This is the east, this is the west, this is the north, this is the south. The whole India is going to cover, but approx this even a part of this, guys, from the bordering areas up to 1500 kilometer distance, you people can also watch very well. So up to 1500 kilometer distance, you can watch in the surroundings. Okay, and now here this is the land bound areas. The land bound areas have around 10 meter resolutions. Okay, so India, Pakistan, India, China border, you can watch very well. In the ocean bound areas, the resolution is 20 meter, guys. Okay, 20 meter resolutions. And here, this is the reason with the help of 7 constellation of satellite. Now, in this land and the ocean, everywhere IRNSS is fully operational. Now the question is, what about the advantages those India perceive with the IRNSS program? Here I just want to tell you guys, India is self-reliant right now. Okay, in the case of navigation purposes, total 5 countries have a advanced GPS system. Here in these four, you already know: US, Russia, Europe, China. Now India is among one of them also. But again, I'm telling you, US, Russia, Europe, and China, they have a global GPS. I just want to tell you, they have a global GPS. But what about India? India have a only and only regional, guys. So now we have a defense and civilian for both purposes. We have it. The accuracy I spoken you guys, 20-meter towards the ocean areas, ocean regions, and 10-meter accuracy towards the land-bound areas to the adjacent countries. Okay, movement of troops, terrorist activities, this type of activities we can watch very well. Even disaster management, vehicle tracking system, mapping and all is being very easy through the help of this. Actually, one of the recent news, like Qualcomm Technology is one of the company that is chip fabricating companies, and they have shown the interest with the help of support of Navi. In the coming future, they will try to provide you satellite-based internet access in India. So definitely is a great news for all of us. And what is the coming future of it way ahead? So I think you people should know. Like in the SAARC region, India is very dominating country. India is very respecting country. So there is in the coming future, like whenever is requirement happen, so for SAARC nations, somehow IRNSS can be also helpful to us. So neighbor first policy, support of neighbors as India's always motto. Okay, so here somehow this satellite can be also useful for SAARC nations. It's every well the question those UPSC asked in your paper in 2015, that is over. I hope people got the proper structure and content in this all the entire discussions. Now comes the second question. Second question, as UPSC has discussed India's achievements in the field of space science and technology. So what kind of, in the reference of space science and technology, what kind of growth and development happen, even achievements happen. And the second part is that how this application is beneficial in the reference of India in the case of socio-economic development. This question was UPSC 2016 question paper. 200 words was the limit and 12.5 marks. So first of all, guys, I just want to tell you, like India has started their own journey with the Aryabhatta. And the first satellite was India launched, it was 1975, and date is still very important, it is on 19th April 1975. It's a golden day in the history of India. 19th April 1975, India made the history. Those India launched the Aryabhatta, guys, with the help of Russian launch vehicle. It was an Intercosmos. So from the beginning of Aryabhatta to till now, those India has a cryogenic engine. India achieved a lot in the space science and technology. Okay, in the space-based science and technology experiment and growth and developments. And here, this is the reason it has made a significant advances with a little help and no technology sharing from the developing countries, guys. So India is even independent in this all the entire experiment I'm telling you guys. Most of the cases in India already have achieved everything by self, guys. What kind of development happened after Aryabhatta? If you see lot and a lot of achievement in the space sector. Even literally, if anybody will ask you now, anybody ask me, I'll tell you literally India's space sector has growth a lot. As an INSAT, Indian national satellite, Indian satellites, guys, 36,000 kilometer distance and 24/7, this is functional. Okay, for a particular location of Earth. And that is the reason for telecommunication, television purposes. Some of for meteorological purposes, it is also good. Second, remote sensing purposes, remote sensing satellites, even monitoring and management of natural resources and disaster. For that purposes, remote sensing is the best satellites. Chandrayaan-1 for the moon studies, and here we have find out the first time about the presence of water on the moon surface. Even before Chandrayaan, 4 other countries has launched the mission, but India is the first country those even identify the presence of pyroxene is there. Okay, pyroxene means the iron mineral is there. Even presence of water. Earlier, the other countries have expected the water is there, but we found out actually. So that is an achievement in the case of space research. Mars orbiter mission, that is called MOM या Mangalyaan. The India is the first country to achieve the success in the very first attempt and reach the Mars, guys. Okay, and another one at very nominal price, at very less price, guys. So this mission of Mangalyaan was cheapest among all earlier sent missions. I'm telling you what kind of achievement India has done. ASOSAT is one of the satellite that India launched, but that is called as a multi-wavelength observatory. That you can call as a MWO. With the help of multi-wavelength observatory at a height of 650 km from the Earth's surface. This is a spacecraft, those we can use as an observatory also, and it will keep an eye on the it can keep an eye on the space, guys. Okay, and what kind of activities are going on in the universe? AStroSat is going to identify everything. Okay, and here India becomes the fourth country after the NASA, Roscosmos. Roscosmos is a Russian agency and European Space Agency. That's also the great achievement from India's side. Next one is Chandrayaan 2. Chandrayaan 2 is the second lunar mission of India, where India has tried to put successfully the Vikram lander, but even it lost the contact that you know very well. But still, in the case of Chandrayaan 1, you know those India launched it, here orbiter is successful. It has completed all the 3 years it was a lifespan. Even the Gagan kind of projects that India also made it successful, and purpose is to modernize our air traffic. So modernize and improve the air traffic. And this Gagan project that brought in India especially to safe and secure our air traffic. For that purpose, ISRO and Airport Authority of India, these both do joint work. Okay. Navik, I hope you already have seen that earlier in 2015, one of the question UPSC asked. During Kargil War, India was in need of an Indian regional navigation satellite system that you can call as a Navik also. So this type of achievement India is also part of that. Another achievement you will get it recently is a small satellite launch vehicle, reusable launch vehicle. India also make it. Small satellite launch vehicle video is also available on YouTube. Don't miss to see this, guys. And yeah, India has done the successful test of reusable launch vehicle in 2016. But further have need of some more improvement here. That is the reason on ISRO is mentioned on the site technology demonstration. Technology demonstration means at a small level this technology is developed, but further have a need of some more improvement. So this is the overall about the different type of achievements those India has. So you have a lot of information, everything in the very concise manner you people have informed. Okay, let's learn what kind of socio-economic development in India with the help of these programs. So how the space science and technology will responsible for the socio-economic development of India. The one I can tell you is the communication satellites. Okay, through the help of space technology, what happened? We are not going to send any satellite especially for the space exploration work. Even through the help of satellite, when we are putting into the certain orbit, that satellite can be used for 24/7. And in that case, the satellite can be useful for information and communication technology. And that is the reason here I brought one of the application under the communication satellites. Under communication satellite, we can use the various satellites based data. Okay, and that satellite based data will be helpful for the rural India. Eventually that our Modi ji is as the Prime Minister of India has vision of digital India. Somehow through the help of this communication satellite, it can become possible. Even meteorological data we can also access through the help of satellites. Here the remote sensing satellites, even a part of INSET series satellite, that name has been changed and today we are calling them as a GSAT. These all the satellites are providing the meteorological data. And through the help of meteorological data, we can find out about the various environmental conditions, weather conditions. What about the monsoons? What about the rainfalls? Even disaster storms kind of activities we can also check through the help of satellites. So somehow people can save the life of human beings. Against any kind of disaster if going to be happen, we can protect the farmers. We can protect the lives, citizens. Remote sensing satellites even also very useful to provide the various minerals, various natural resources. Those are available throughout India, guys. In the case of green revolutions, even green revolution also become possible somehow with the help of this technology. Okay, reason the land parameters, this land is proper good for the productivities and all. In all the cases, even satellite based data even got very useful for us. Navik, I told you guys, navigation Indian constellation that you can call as a IRNSS also. Okay, as the original GPS of India. It make India self-reliant in the case of navigation system. A lot of saving resources, even reliable data for the army, farmer, tourist, navigators, even for the protection of the life of fishermen. Okay, by mistake, those fishermen enter into the other boundaries, guys. Okay, now through the help of Navik, they can save their own life also. In that way, guys, I can tell you socio, cultural, scientific consolidation and harmony, all are the part of, space research. So space research people cannot tell as one dimension. Even space research have a many other dimension. It can be also used for the defense purposes also, for the safety and security of the nation, guys. Okay, so it's overall about this questions that you people can see here, guys. Now we'll go toward the third question, guys. Okay, now we'll go toward the third questions. What about the third question? UPSC has India has achieved the remarkable success in unmanned space mission, just like a Chandrayaan mission, just like a Mars orbiter mission, but has not ventured into the manned space mission. Okay, in the reference of both in terms of technology and logistic, you just explain it. The technologically, what about the issues, and logistic, what about the rule and regulation based issues in India have. Kindly explained it critically. 150 words, 10 marks, and it was the mains question paper of 2017. Actually, that today in this scenario, if you'll see, the answer totally changed. And here I just try to give you the answer according to today's scenario. When I just made a video. Isn't till 2017 when UPSC asked the question, India has not taken a decision of Gaganyaan. But today, what will be the answer in the present scenario? Accordingly, I just have structured this answer for all of you. The reason Gaganyaan project is finalized in 2018 actually. Okay, and the target year was 2020-22. But now this project got delayed and now the target is 2024. So today have a lot of technology that India will use here. Okay, and that all expenditure and everything that already government has decided to give it to make it successful. And with the success of this Gaganyaan mission, now India will be the fourth country in the world to whenever the India will achieve this success. Okay, so let us say in this question and all. Actually, India has been successfully carrying an unmanned space mission right now in the present scenario. Okay, but have lacking some of the capabilities to send the manned space mission successfully. Okay, Gaganyaan, even India has planning that will be the first manned space mission by ISRO that is proposed to be launched by 2024 as I spoke in you guys. If you go into the Gaganyaan program, so what is here guys, total 3 people has planning to send it into space for 7 days. Just listen some of the factual data. And here those people will go as astronauts. They are the pilots, Air Force pilot. They will be in the low Earth orbit between 300 to 400 kilometers. And see the Gaganyaan mission will become successful with the help of GSLV Mk3. Okay, GSLV Mk3 is that type of launch vehicle which have ability to carry good mass of satellites very easily. And whenever you people have planning to send a Gaganyaan guys, so Gaganyaan have a good mass. And that is the reason to carry this much of mass, we have to need a very improved launch vehicle that is GSLV Mk3 guys. If you people go into technological challenges, a lot of technological challenges guys. Okay, the main challenges is actually, what are there? Actually, to building its capabilities, how much the technologies and everything is required. How will send the astronauts in the space, what kind of difficulties happen? We must have to develop the capabilities. And how the capabilities are possible through the help of research and development. Even here we can take a support from other country also. Support of other countries also. Okay, actually, what happened when we are trying to send astronaut in the space? So what is there? Actually, the astronaut even survive on the Earth's surface. Earth's surface will have a gravity. But when the astronauts are planning to go in 300, 400 kilometer height, so ultimately it is what? It is a microgravity environment. So to survive of astronauts into microgravity environment, we must have to be improved technology. Even another one guys, if suppose any kind of casualties are there, suppose as in the case of Kalpana Chawla happened, so we people cannot leave this astronauts on the base of God. Okay, we must have to develop some of the technology so that help of it they can safely come back in our atmosphere and can save their own life. For that purposes, we must have to be a CARE type of technology. CARE means crew atmospheric re-entry experiment. This type of thing is also called as a pad abort test. And even America have also planning to, pad abort test. America is also planning to send a astronaut in the space, just like Orion spacecraft that America is trying, Orion 1, Orion 2. Similarly, America is also going to use a CARE type of technology, crew atmospheric re-entry experiment. If crew members is have a problem for the survival in the space, so finally they will come back into our own atmosphere or Earth and save their own life. Even technological challenges, lot of things guys. Actually, when we want to carry a huge amount of mass, so GSLV is required. But in the case of GSLV third stage, people are using the cryogenic engine. In the case of cryogenic engine, still we have a need of some more and more development in this technology. We are not totally 100% independent. Even GSLV Mk3 is also being upgraded that need to carry the 8 ton of mass. So ultimately the Gaganyaan will have at least 8 ton to carry from them. And India is also working on the space capsule recovery experiment. To the help of that, we people can transfer the astronauts from one capsule to the another capsule in the space also. So this type of things are very, very important in the case of casualties and all. We must have to protect them. So ultimately technological challenges you got it to safety measurements, microgravity environment survivals. Even upside when the astronauts are there guys, they're under the more effect of radiations. They're more effect of radiation. Reason whenever the person are on the ground, so above the you people guys have a dust particle there. When the sunlights are coming, so these dust particles doing the restriction on the solar radiations. And that's why those radiations are coming towards the ground, its impact is very less. But upside 400, 500 kilometer distance, more effect of radiations. Okay, that is the reason here have also difficulties. Accordingly, we must have to design their own, dresses. So that's why they will not come under the effect of radiation and they will save their own life. So in that way, guys, a lot of the technological challenges are here, guys. What about a logistic? Logistic is actually, guys, India always have worked for the PSLV. Okay, and I hope you know very well, guys, it is called as a horse of the India space technology research one. Okay, horse. Why horse? With the name of PSLV is called as a horse. Horse for the space technology. Reason PSLV used many times for the launch maximum satellites worldwide. Not in India. Even launch many of the world's other countries' satellites. Even India still not have a global navigation system, many logistic challenges. Funding and finance always the part of them. Still, it is news like have it of some more and more money here in these cases. Even USRO is still waiting for the government approval of funding for the human space 5 program. As earlier was a news like in this whole entire research, 10,000 crore rupees will be the expenditure those government will provide. So this type of expenditure and all the money is still the ISROs are waiting from this. So kind of logistic challenges, guys. Okay, in this key case, guys, don't worry, Gaganyaan will definitely once a day it will become successful and it will also give up a fillip to India's dream of setting up its own space station in the coming future. That once our UPSC also asks the questions. Reason there is a target of India's like after Gaganyaan mission, India will start to do work for the own space station work. So that is a coming future way forward. What is India's planning to for it? So here you people can also connect with them as in the case of conclusion and way forward. That's overall was the question that UPSC has in your paper. Now come the fourth questions. What was the fourth question in your paper? The fourth question, what is India's plan to have its own space station and how will it benefit our space program? And this is the same question that I was discussing you guys that India has a plan just after the Gaganyaan mission. It was the question in 2019, 12 marks, and you must have to write the answer in 150 words. Actually, just after the Gaganyaan mission, okay, when India will become successful, India has planned for the own space station work that India will develop own space station. Okay, and the purpose is the research and developments and all. Many kind of research we want to do in microgravity environment. In microgravity environment. And for microgravity environment table of study, guys, we do not have any other places. So that is the reason Gaganyaan will be, that is the space station will be the best place to do the experiment in microgravity environment. Regarding all the section and discipline like physics, chemistry, human biology, growth and development of organisms. At every level, we will do the work here, guys. Okay, so I just want to tell you actually why the own space station has a plan of India and how this program will be benefit. Now you come here, guys. Actually, space station is also called as an orbital station. Orbital station. It's totally man-made stations, and I can tell you it's a kind of a space laboratory. And this those space laboratory actually that is planning of India. The purpose is the research fund, guys. Purpose the research fund. International space station set up, China has set up, okay, and India has planning to set up own, but the work will start after Gaganyaan project, as I told you guys. Now what about India's planning? First of all, we'll go India's planning and then we'll go towards the benefit of that. 2030 will be the target year. After the success of Gaganyaan 2020-24, India will start the work and India will make it successful by 2030. Okay, and definitely here it will launch into the microgravity environment. I told you 400-500 kilometer distance space station has planning to set up. It is a low gravity environment. Approx mass will be around 20 tons. Even the weight is not the correct word. Mass is the correct word. The reason weight is equal to mass into gravity. Okay, mass into gravity. And whenever you people are going upside, the value of G is going to decrease, but the mass value always same. So the mass is the best term, around 20 tons. Okay. Whatever it is, astronauts can stay there 15 to 20 days. Accordingly, we are going to make them. And the distance around 400 kilometers, as I spoken you guys. And ISRO is working on the space docking experiment also. Okay, what is a space docking experiment, guys? That is called a spandex. Very simple, guys. If we are going to carry a human in the space, so from one spacecraft to another spacecraft, how we can switch them, human being. So this type of things also very important for the development of it. Okay. What about the benefit of our own space station program? See, guys, one thing like India's position as a space power country, that is the reason India try to be a member of elite space club very soon, just like a US, Russia and China is among them. And it would help to sustain the human space mission in the future also. Here India has planning to make a space station, and this type of achievement definitely India will use this type of technology to send the human for more duration of time. Okay, more duration of time. As this time in the Gaganyaan mission has a 5 to 7 days. Then the coming future, more duration of time, just like a Sunita Williams when she is going with the US satellites and a shuttle and all. So here they are going to spend a record and record. They are making the record in the space for their own survival and all. So in the coming future, India will also go that cases. So here we are trying to do the experiment in the microgravity environment. What kind of experiment is there? Here we will do the exploration of more and more deep exploration missions. The space station will also watch the galaxies, many other, observation they will do here. And here, on the basis of all this work, what India is doing, India is planning to send a Venus mission by 2020, 24, 2026. So definitely, guys, all these things are work as a motivation for India. So 24 to 26, that India has planned to set up the first Shukryan mission. Okay, and in that way, guys, I'm telling you, the proposed India space station will help to study the atmospheric composition of the planet also. Somehow the new generation will also be get very motivated. And not even this, guys, even India will get a lot of assignment also from the other countries. Okay, like other country will say, okay, why not, I'll take a help from India also, okay, to launch our own satellite. And in that way, India's economy will grow. So ultimately, in many dimension, it will work here, guys. So your own confidence building also happen. New generation will also get motivation. Assignment, foreign assignment happen. Economic growth happen. So in that way, guys, and another one, guys, because of this, our government will have a more and more interest. And because of this, guys, more and more research and development happen in this sector. Next question and the last question, those UPSC asked in your paper. In the new pattern, why I brought 2014 to 2020-22? The reason very simple, guys. A new pattern of UPSC examination came from in this duration of time. Okay, the question is launched on 25th December 2021. James Webb Space Telescope, so JWST. This is a term that I use many places. So to launch on 25th December 2021, James Webb Space Telescope has been much in the news since then. What are its unique features which make it superior to its predecessor space telescope? What are the key goal of this mission and what potential benefit does it hold for the human race? See, guys, there are three parts in these questions. The one part, how it is superior, then the earlier send any telescope, the one part. Second one, what is the key goal of this mission, and third, how it is beneficial for the humankind. So three portion here, guys. So let us start with the James Webb Telescope. That is a question in UPSC Mains 2020-22. Write this answer in 250 words and 15 marks here. See, guys, actually James Webb Telescope. Okay, James Webb Telescope. Those are the part here, guys. It's an infrared telescope. The first part, it is an infrared telescope. It means it will work under the infrared radiations. Okay, and here have a primary mirrors. Okay, that will use 6.5 meter. Is a primary mirror that will be used, that is a part of this James Webb Telescope as the main mirror here in this case. Okay, fine. It was launched in December 21 from French Guiana. French Guiana is what? Guiana or Guyana, both is right. Okay, French Guiana, that is a European launch vehicles. It is situated in the South America continent. And James Webb, behind it, the three countries even work together. The one is a NASA as a space agency of US. Second is a European Space Agency, and third is a Canadian Space Agency. So these are the three agencies, even those work together, especially for the James Webb Space Telescope. This is just as an introduction I have given. Now the question is how it is superior than the earlier telescope. I just want to tell you guys, before James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble Space Telescope was considered as the best telescope. But now the Hubble Space Telescope time is going to over. So definitely we wanted to improve but next level of telescope, and here JWST is one of them. And that is the reason here I can tell you JWST is the successor of a Hubble Space Telescope. Okay, now the question is how it is a successor and how JWST is the better than the Hubble Space Telescope. I have to discuss with you. Actually, if you people consider the wavelength is the unit that is used for the measurement of distance of an object. So James Webb Space Telescope is observing infrared radiations, the one part. Those are covering even involve the sizes of objects even 0.6 to 2.8 micron size. Even the Hubble is using even the spectrum of lights. Okay, those observe 0.8 to 2.5 micron images. Okay, in the universe, and that is the reason here the sizes are much more small, so they will give them much more better result in comparison to Hubble Space Telescope. The one thing, guys. Second one, the wavelength of James Webb Telescope is larger. It means it's more than the Hubble Space Telescope. And due to more and more wavelength, it's a distance traveled by waves. If a more larger wavelength is here, guys, so ultimately it can deep look into the universe. So what about distance and observation? Those Hubble Space Telescope have seen it can go more and more away, and more deep study of the universe become possible through the help of this James Webb Space Telescope, because its wavelength is higher than Hubble Space Telescope. Another way, guys, what is the orbits? Even orbit wise, I just want to tell you, those Hubble Space Telescope orbit, it was 570 kilometers from the Earth's surface. That's just very near from the Earth's surface, and from here it is going to watch the space, guys, the Brahmand, guys, universe, guys. But in the case of James Webb Space Telescope, distance is very unique, guys. Here we are going to, here we people even send this telescope actually at the L2 Lagrange points. It's a Earth Sun. Even I'll discuss with you. I'll show you one of the picture there. L2 Lagrange point. That L2 Lagrange point is 1.5 million kilometer away from the Earth's surface. Actually, L2 Lagrange point is that place. Okay, that place where the solar effect of the sun not creating even problem on this James Webb Space Telescope. The reason James Webb Space Telescope have a infrared telescope. An infrared telescope have a need of low temperature. This is the reason we must have to protect the James Webb Space Telescope against the high heat radiations of sunlight. And that is the reason here the position is like in that areas. That's why the sunlight is not going to affect. The reason sun is here, guys, Earth is here, guys, and James Webb is here, guys. The sun is here, Earth is here, and James Webb is here. James Webb Space Telescope is here. From the Earth, this side have a L2 orbit. Okay, this side have a L1 orbit. Ultimately, here people have launched at this position of L2 points. How it is, I'll show you one picture. In that picture, it will be very, very clear. The mirror size is also here big. Okay, big, and it is very, very important here. Okay, and that is the reason, guys. It can collect more and more images, more and more larger areas images. The reason is here, guys, actually James Webb Space Telescope would able to study the first formed galaxies and exoplanets and newborn galaxies also. Okay, even reason is what? Because of more and more wavelength, guys, higher wavelength than the Hubble Space Telescope. It can go beyond the range of Hubble Space Telescope. That is the reason I'm telling you, guys. What about the range the Hubble Space Telescope have seen? More than that distance it can go. Actually, this is the location here you can see. See, this is the sun location that you can see in this picture, guys. And this is our blue planet Earth. And this is the position where you can see as a Hubble Space Telescope. See, due to presence of Earth, guys, this is the orbit here. Here the satellite is going to move here in this orbit. Okay, now the sunlight is not coming here towards this Hubble Space Telescope. And now Hubble Space Telescope have a infrared telescope actually. It is a kind of infrared activities. For that purposes, low temperature is required, always remember. So it's a here to here is around 1.5 million kilometer where these three countries have assembled, even properly put the satellites in this orbit. Now question is, what about the key goal? The second part of this question. The key goal was actually we will want to know about the history of our universe. As you know, the Big Bang is generated around 13.6 billion years ago. Big Bang was a very biggest and very glowing images and luminous effect in the beginning. Later on, guys, after it later on those luminous images appear. What was the reason behind it? In these all the cases, James Webb Telescope will try to dictate it, guys. How our solar system perform, how the life on the planets came, what is the evolution of solar system, what is the observation of atmosphere of extrasolar planets. These all the studies are the key goal of James Webb Space Telescope. Ultimately, I can tell you, guys, those universe mysteries, yeah, overall those knowledge we still do not have. Somehow James Webb Space Telescope will give this type of knowledge, and we people will get a knowledge of deep Brahmand. What about the potentials of the human races, guys, through the help of James Webb Space Telescope? Even see, guys, it will definitely help us to understand the origin and formation of our universe. It will detect the possibilities of our life, how they came to the planets. Next, apart of, guys, detection of water and methanes. Those are very, very important. Okay, actually, methane and water are the main important compounds. Those are responsible for the formation of life anywhere on the Brahmand, guys. Okay, so infrared wavelength people can do the study of exoplanets also. Okay, apart of Earth, any other Earth-like planets, anything other, we can do it. Even the black holes type of different angles. we can check through the help of this type of deep space missions. And a part of this, guys, various valuable data related to temperature, speed, chemical composition of black hole. We can also do the study here, guys. Okay, James Webb Space Telescope is open a new trajectory to the humankind understanding the space. And yes, it will help the scientists understand the very fundamental block of the universe. Okay, and that is the reason in the case of astronomy and cosmology, it will open a new vista. Okay, and then the scientists will get more and more observations. As you know, in the Gita, it is called, as everything is going to create it, one day everything will destroy. Similarly, as the universe is supposed formed around 13.6 billion years ago. So there is some time period when the universe will also end. So ultimately, we will understand various activities of this universe. What is the life of universe? How much the size of universe? What is the center of universe? Many of the questions and even answers were still not got it, guys. Here somehow the Hubble Space Telescope will try to give here. So it's a overall this question paper of UPSC mains. I already have explained, and I hope all the videos lesson you got here and it's being very beneficial. And this video I will also upload on the Telegram, even YouTube's. So everybody will access all the video, all the question paper discussion, everything for the future generation. Reason, like UPSC question paper of science and technology, all the generations, the new generations are very confused the thing. So the question paper is very current updates and everything. It's not like that. Here in the 5 questions that you have seen, only the Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb Space Telescope was a current update. Neither rest of all was general questions. As for knowledge, you must have to know. And here the Telegram channel where you can find out all the entire PDFs. This is my Facebook page, Instagram. I'm also connecting on the social media. People can also follow me here. This is my YouTube platform where you can connect with me regarding all the videos, updates, current updates. My Ravi Agrahari classes, if you want to join my courses of science and technologies in the English, all mediums. So the prices are 7,999. Time to time, I'm giving you various offer also. So don't miss this offer. That all the courses are available on Purvanchal IAS app. So download these applications and whenever you want, people can listen here. So kindly use it and revise it. Environmental classes, agriculture classes, biology, physics, chemistry, all the classes are available here. And regarding any issues or problem, people can contact on the given numbers. Even I have also started from last 6 years, 6 to 7 years as a face-to-face classes at Gorakhpur with all the Delhi-based professional teachers under my guidance, under my mentorship. So if you are in nearby Gorakhpur area, so people can come and join us and to listen the face-to-face classes, and we all teachers are available there. Okay, so it's also the great opportunity for all the people those are living in nearby areas, Gorakhpur and outskirt areas. You don't have to move outside because here the fees are also 1/3 of the Delhi-based fees. So fooding, lodging, everything is economical. So Delhi is just to go there. Neither quality-wise people can find. We all teachers available at Gorakhpur. So it's a contact number regarding the face-to-face classes and all. If you want, you can connect it. So this is a 6th edition book is available right now that I'll suggest to everyone. Kindly read the books. Don't miss this book to read it. And time to time, this book updation I'm also providing to everyone. So thank you everyone. Kindly subscribe the channel if you are watching my videos on the YouTubes. Like and share these videos to other friends. So ultimately, the people those want my English medium classes, as a pure English medium classes are not available. Very rare for the UPSC classes. My all the classes are available. You can find here. Kindly use the bell icon for future notifications. And yes, PDF for that purpose, you can go and take it from the Telegram group. So thank you everyone. God bless you. Meet you soon in the next class. Jai.
पूर्वांचल IAS भारत में सिविल सेवा में सर्वाधिक सिलेक्शन दिलाने वाले डॉक्टर रवि अग्रहरी एंड टीम अब गोरखपुर में भी। पूर्वांचल IAS, पेडलीगंज, इंदिरानगर, गोरखपुर।